I am that I am, and delighted to be Adamus of Sovereign Domain. I am here. I am here. Had a little bit of a rocky entry into this biology, into the room even today. Oh, not because there's resistance. There's a lot of excitement. And in that excitement, a bit of anxiety. Happy birthday, once again. Cowler is here kind of today. I had to ask him to stay a little bit further away because I know he was going to resist some of what we're going to talk about today. So you could say he has kind of an energy blanket over him. So dear Linda Visa is here, present. Birthday girl today. It was actually the other day, but celebrating again. Crash is here taking photographs. You're here. And those online watching in are here today. So let's take a deep breath into this space. Deep breath into this beautiful space. Andra, Anna here. So, could we get you to follow me with the microphone for a moment?
Oh, my pleasure.
Yes, yes.
Oh, my joy.
So, yeah, I heard. So, why are you here, Tori?
Oh.
Why are you here?
Because I'm waking up.
Good. Excellent. And how does that waking up feel?
You can actually hold it.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
It feels like something I've been waiting for ever.
Yes. Any resistance?
Yes.
Yes. What is the resistance?
Being comfortable in the way things used to be for me, in my mind.
Yeah. Going out of your mind. Hard thing to do.
Definitely.
Actually, really easy to do, but
I like
so
to make
much
it hard
resistance.
for myself.
So much resistance. Why are you here in this lifetime?
To have fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good. What's the most fun thing you've done in the last year?
Her mom's here. She can't say.
Of course, her mother did it also.
Mom knows everything.
Yeah.
That's a really hard question to answer. There's
Yes.
actually been a lot of things. Probably just creative discoveries that I've had within myself. I've probably changed my creative direction at least 3 times in the past year.
Remodeling yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the remodeling project, as most of you should know, isn't just a one-time deal. It keeps going on. Yes. You want to do some more remodeling
Yes.
today?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's do it later
Okay.
on. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, next. So the question is, why are you here? And we have to go to our clown friend.
Thank you. You read my
Thank
mind.
you. Excuse me. I do this. Oh, you don't have to move for... Oh, please. Don't move for me. Yes, why are you here?
Oh, go ahead. Stand up.
Yes. So everybody can see it. Wonderful. When I say get dressed up, I don't mean like this. I mean like this. Yes.
I'm here to laugh with you.
To laugh with me.
Everybody else.
Good, because so often they don't get my jokes. They really
they're pretty
don't. I
bad.
have to laugh by myself. I do bring along my angelic friends. They laugh sometimes, but yes, thank you.
I love that. I
Yes.
love the laughing.
Yes, laughing is good.
And life is a joke.
Life is a joke.
A joke.
It absolutely is. And you could write a book. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
already started 3 of them.
Oh, good.
None of them finished.
None of them finished. That's all right.
Right.
But life is a joke, and people take it so seriously. I'm glad that you're colorful, smiling, shining your light for everyone here in the room to behold. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Linda. Question, why are you here? You choose the next one.
Okay.
You choose.
Can I be crazy?
Yes. Why are you here?
To expand like a mofo.
Would you stand up and say that for the camera?
Expand like a mofo.
Expand like a mofo. Now, I haven't been on Earth for hundreds and hundreds of years. What
Don't
exactly
make me. Come
is
on.
a
You made me cuss a while
mofo?
ago.
Is that a type of animal? Is it something that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
eat?
that's it's an animal.
Is it a
yeah,
gift
yeah.
that you
Animal.
give to others? Mofo, please define.
Chambra animal. Yeah.
Chambra
It's
animal.
my Pakawa.
Your
my
pacao is a mofo.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Well, have you seen a snuffleupagus? Similar cousin.
Similar,
Yeah,
I understand.
Similar cousin to
But
that.
to expand with great passion is what I translate your words
Si.
for those who don't understand. Good. And how is your expansion going?
Oh, like a mofo.
You're like a mofo.
Like a mofo.
Now, not knowing what a mofo is, and when you say, oh, like a mofo, I'm not really sure. Is that good?
Oh, it's very good. Yeah.
Is it? Is there any bad in it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is it what you didn't expect to happen?
Absolutely.
That's a mofo. That, to me, I'm going to write a new definition. What you didn't expect, traveling down the tube of probabilities, and then something mofo-ish happens to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so is mofo, is that a noun, a verb, an adjective? What is that?
Yes.
Yes, yes, whatever you want it to be. Good, and I'm glad your expansion is going well. Are you ready for some more expansion today?
Absolutely.
And you have to go in the back room. The back room is for mofo expansion.
Oh, my. It's going to be that
Out
big and
here,
messy?
we're going to have graceful expansion. And I have a funny feeling that mofo is probably the antithesis of graceful. True?
You know, that'll be scary when somebody does a Google search on mofo and it brings them to Crimson Circle.
This
We got Makyo, we got mofo.
this is not my problem. This is your problem, dear. And your problem, Michelle. Oh, yes, mofo.
Maybe that's
I
what
thought we
should
were
call-
spiritual pirates, but I'm learning that we are all a bunch of mofos.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what we should call this episode, is mofos. Yeah. See, then on YouTube, they'll search mofo and it'll come up.
Good, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a way,
that's
that Calder is
creative,
telling
thank
me, a
you.
way to get more web hits. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, good.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
what
I
it's all
assume a
about.
lot of people are doing searches on mofo. So next,
Younger people probably.
why are you here, Paul?
I'm always here for fun.
Good. Are you having fun?
A great time.
In this lifetime, you're here for fun, or here at this gathering for fun?
I'm having the time of my life.
Are you?
I am.
That is excellent. And excellent. And I just want you to feel for a moment a lot of the breakthrough. Because, well, I'm not comparing myself to Tobias or anything, but back in Tobias' time, I don't think too many of you would have stood up and said, I'm having the time of my life, you mofo.
It's going to be an ugly transcript.
I think dear Gene is going to have to notify all the translators tonight the definition of mofo, and I'd be most interested in seeing it. Perhaps we could title this shout, Mofo. Chambra mofo. Yes.
I want to see what she does with the video of this.
I do too. Yeah. Yes. So thank you. You're having fun? You have time of your life? Good. Good. Going to Kauai? Good. Now feel the energy. Oh, we have to ask over here. You know, I'm going to ask you, Carrie. Why are you?
Oh, no
Why
rest for the
are
wicked.
you here, Carrie?
No
Why are you
rest
here?
for the wicked.
And I did it also because we have the camera right here. Right here. Why are you
No,
here?
I never. Could I hide if I tried? I'm here because what the fuck else do I have to do? Sorry about that.
Well, it doesn't bother me.
Not like I can go bowling and have a good time.
It doesn't bother me. I have been told not to say bad words, but you
Sorry,
can say.
Linda.
What was that you said?
Freaking? Oh, it's not like I'm going to have fun bowling.
Yeah. So you don't have anything else to do, really?
No, I do. Come
There's
on.
a lot on the other side. We need a
I'm
lot.
here for Ascension, damn it.
Ascension.
Yes,
Good.
hello.
I'm going to ask you a third time now, after you lied to me twice. Why are you here?
To give you shit.
See?
Nobody does it better.
They
Makes me feel happy all the time.
They follow me from lifetime to lifetime.
Who's following who is the true question.
Follow me from lifetime to lifetime. Yes, and you're the one back in the mystery schools. You used to call me Count
What was that
Saint-Germain.
word?
Count
Count?
Saint-Germain.
Oh,
And
Count.
you would use that to my face, but then behind my back talking to the others, could you imagine our dear Carrie talking to the others and saying, yeah, I call him Count because I'm counting the days that he leaves and goes on a trip or an outing. So I'm counting. Oh, no, my dear. Oh, no. No, 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 no. But we do have a delightful time. And part of it, you could I be honest?
Be honest.
Good. Really?
Yes.
Third time?
Bring it.
Good. So you have incredible strength, incredible light, but it's all combobulated. It all is mofo a good word for this? It's all combobulated. Yeah.
I'm not
I
giving
see,
her the
it's
mic
not
again.
me saying it.
No.
But you're not the only one. You just have a different way of expressing it. But this energy, all this tends to get combobulated, stuck, ground together, mental. And then we have to send you off to work with Andra to get you unstuck, to get some breathing back, to get back into your real natural rhythms. So it's the angel, not the human. So it's the I am, not the I can't be. Yeah, and dear Carrie, and I'm not directing this at you. So much talent, all of you, so much talent, so many lifetimes.
Who's whistling?
So many lifetimes of studying, playing, battling, doing, creating, making, leading, being. And then you come into this lifetime, this lifetime of ascension, and suddenly you get meek, you hide, you
Carrie's not hiding.
how many think Carrie Calder comes out of the closet to rescue Carrie? Don't go there, Adamus. Adamus is going to go there. Here we go. Goodbye, Caldra. Prince Valiant, goodbye. Get on your horse. How many think Carrie is hiding? How many think Carrie is not? How many are afraid to raise their hands because Carrie might see? Okay. Carrie, all of you, hiding. Every one of you, guilty to some degree or the other. I do know who you are. I know what you can do. But you put these, let's get back to our discussion from last month. You live in the tube. In the tube, you're not going to do amazing and wonderful things. In the tube, you're just going to be another human having another life with an unmarked tombstone. Huh? Sad.
Oh, you look so sad.
Tombstone, gravestone, tombstone. So we're here to get some of that energy going. We do it through laughing. We do it through some cussing. We do it through mofoing.
Are you being damaged? Are you being damaged by this language?
No,
you're not? Okay.
No. So let me tell you why I'm here. Good. Why am I here? Good question. Glad you asked. I'm here because you asked me to be.
Oh,
It's your
yeah.
fault. You asked me to be. Now, I'm here because you have brought tremendous consciousness. You brought the Christ seed consciousness to this planet. You seeded it a long time ago in the ground, in the air, in mass consciousness. You gave it to yourself before you ever got here. Most of you were around in the time of Yeshua. You were part of that whole liberation that took place at the time. You were here to bring about what you have commonly called the New Age, and here we're in it. I'm here because you said this is going to be the lifetime. And Tobias was here for the same reason. You said this is going to be the lifetime. You knew in your brilliance, in your absolute brilliance, that there was a potential to get stuck. There's potential definitely to go mental. The effects of mass consciousness, like a heavy smog, a thick blanket, we're going to keep you suppressed. So I'm here to help move you through that. To do it through laughing, to do it through agitating and by being compelling, hopefully, sometimes by kind of rubbing the wound a little bit. And I like when Schomburg gets angry with me, because true fact, every time they do, within a period of time, they laugh at themselves and they realize that I'm here to keep you moving through this. I'm here because there have been so many spiritual classes, spiritual schools, spiritual offerings, religions, supposed sacred books, everything else for eons of time. And we just haven't graduated many humans. In the course of all humanity, in the millions of years humans have been on this planet, 9,000. That's a low number. Low number. I'm here because I want some of you to graduate. And I'll do whatever it takes. I'll take your money. Gladly. Speaking of which, do you notice Cauldre doesn't put anything in the pockets anymore? I will put a mirror in your face. I will sometimes come to your dreams, have long talks with you, sometimes come to your dreams posing as a demon, bad guy, just to even get you moving in dream state, because you have a tendency to settle in even then. You all want nice dreams. You're not going to get them right now. You're not. You're moving through too much. There is too much happening on this planet. I'm here to graduate a few, hopefully more than a few, hopefully all of you, but ultimately it's up to you. I've told Cauldre and some of the other groups, just 5 or 10, that's all, just 5 or 10 that will allow themselves to ascend in this lifetime. Ascension being defined as integrating all of yourself, including all these aspects, all these past lives, including your soul, including your body and mind, to integrate those and stay here and live here. Give me 5 of you, just 5, because those 5 are going to do more for the rest of you than what I could possibly do. Those 5 are going to be examples who can talk about how they had a mofo life and evolved. And those 5, I would love to have them standing up here, or 10 or 20 or 1,000, but have them standing up here saying, it was really actually easy. I made it difficult the whole time. It was really amazing, but I was so afraid of taking that step, taking that last step, so afraid, because I would have to give up everything. And you do. And you do. So afraid because I was worried how it would affect others. So afraid because I didn't know if this was all a bunch of macchio. Didn't know if I took that step, if I would go out of existence, go to hell, go to some alien planet. And that group that's going to be lined up here is going to say, you know what? You take a deep breath. You take a good deep breath. You trust so deeply in yourself that nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And you just do it. And you remember what it was like when you were learning to swim, and there was a lake, and the water was cold, and there was probably piranhas in it, and your friends jumped in, and you sat on the edge and you just couldn't do it. Your mind started going through all of the potential trauma, all of the things, how cold it would be. Maybe you would drown. Maybe you'd be hauled off by one of these fishes. Maybe terrible things would happen. And then somebody finally, wisely came and pushed you in. And then you said, well, it's not so bad. Yeah, it's a little cold. It's a little cold. And I took in a mouthful or two water, but gosh, my body knew how to get rid of it. And you know, it's a lot of fun in here. So, my dear friends, that's why I'm here. Give me 5, 10, hopefully thousands, hopefully, that can be here to tell the others, I am that I am. I finally understand what that means. Tell the others, you know, it's interesting. You can actually do this ascension, this integration, this coming into yourself. And it's really funny because you don't lose a thing other than what you really didn't need in the first place. And you don't need most of what you have in the first place. So, dear Shambhara, that's why I'm here. When I leave, don't count the time. When I leave,
But I love you.
I know. And for good reason. When I leave, could be in a few short years. When I leave, what am I going to do then? I'm going to work with just that group who has chosen ascension. Because there are some challenges staying in the physical body after ascension. So Kuthumi and I are going to work with that group. 5, 10, 20, 1,000, however many it's going to be. So, dear friends, that's why I'm here. I want to graduate. I want some of you to be the true living masters, to have brought it together, to really understand the I am. Over the last couple of years, we've lost quite a few. Wasn't the right thing for them. Didn't like the way we had our spiritual mofo meetings.
I thought we were already ascended.
You are, my dear, but when you're going to act it and be it and live it. Yeah, I'm not just speaking to you, but to everyone. Because as long as there is drama and trauma and separation of the body and the mind with the spirit, you have ascended, but now are you going to let yourself experience it? It's already, you're absolutely right, it's already done. But going through now the experience of what it was like. Yes. See?
Yes, I know that's what we're doing now.
Yes.
Dumb as we are.
Not dumb. Where's the microphone? Not dumb. Where's Linda? Just a minute. I'll go get her. So, dear Shambhara, Edith, you bring up a good point. You bring up a very good point because you have ascended, so there's really nothing that you have to do. But yet you're in this Gesundheit. You're in a type of mindset, is the best way to say it, a type of consciousness that you still think that you have to earn your, not just you, I'm talking to all Shambhara, that you have to earn your way there. The ones that stand up front that finally get it, they are never worried about money anymore, their health or relationships or any of that, they're the ones who are going to say, yes, it is true. I was already ascended, but I was acting like I wasn't. I was going through the experience of what it was like to get to ascension, and I thought I didn't really have a choice about how I was going to experience it. The fact is, indeed, you do have a choice. You want to do it as a writer. You want to do it as a clown. You want to do it as a holy person. You just want to do it for fun, enjoying life, you see. Okay. So let's take a deep breath with that. So I look in your eyes. Yes? I look in your eyes, and all of you, almost all of you, all of you are actually doing quite well considering what you've been through. Yes, no worse for the wear, actually. Really. And I say that knowing that so many that have kind of been with us have dropped out. Some have crossed over, died. Boom. I love laughing at death. That's not very convincing.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Talk about death in just a moment. No, I love laughing at death. It's funny, actually. So I look at you, and no worse for the wear, actually doing quite well. Doing really well. You can smile, you can laugh. Yeah, could you give me a kiss, though? Whew. So it is rather difficult, rather challenging going through this, as you know. But isn't it grand? Isn't it grand? Isn't it amazing? Yes. This audience. Sure, we'll say yes now, but do we really mean it? So, isn't it amazing? Isn't it beautiful to be here on Earth? It is absolute. Yes, for you too. Isn't it absolutely amazing? Yes. So, let's measure it. Let me talk about death first. I laugh at death. And I bring up death today. And by the way, if any of you think that I hop around from one subject to the other without any logical flow, that I can never sit in the chair, you're right. Absolutely. Why do I do this? Shake it up. I like that. Because I'm a mofo. Who said that? Who said that? To shake it up. You realize if I did the old textbook way of teaching and just everything followed in a nice, even pattern, what a snoozer. If I just sat in the chair here and let Caldra rest his poor aching back and feet, what a snoozer. So we have fun. We mix it up. And what would the camera people do if I was just, and the people employed in the back here, you see, I'm helping the unemployment problem. So we mix it up. Laugh all you want, because let's talk about death for a moment. I want to bring that up. Death, as I've said before, is a very natural thing. It's a good thing. You planned on it. You implemented this. Why? Otherwise, you get stuck on this place, and there's more to do. There's more to see. There's more to create. So you came down here and you said, we better have our exit strategy, like good business people. Better have our exit strategy. What will that be? Termination out of physical body. Easy thing to do. It's a sad thing right now, though. By the way, next month, we will do a follow-up to Dreamwalker Death. And it'll be a comedy show. Serious. It has to be. It has to be. How else could we follow up on Dreamwalker Death, one of the schools that I gave, without it being a comedy act? You see, it's funny already. So death. Death is. It's too bad the way it's happening right now. Hopefully, you'll help change that, the consciousness around death. People get sick, or right now they're losing their mind, but not in an aware state of being. You can lose your mind. You can go beyond your mind and be very aware of what else is out there, aware of what's going on in here. So it's taking them 7, 10 years to die off. And I don't say that without compassion, but that's a long time to put that burden on other people, and on yourself and on your soul. Actually very little to be learned by it. And it's painful and it's degrading. My God, do you want somebody having to clean you up and to feed you before you go? No, I don't think so. So it's about death with dignity, death by learning how to walk out when you're ready, not when you have a bunch of emotional crap and you just want to get off the planet, when you're really ready to leave. And sooner or later you will, whether you ascend in this lifetime or not. You might decide to stay here 200 years before you go. 500, that's a long time. But, dear Shambra, the reason why I bring up death, there's a big death cloud all around Earth right now. It's all around Earth. It is an issue in mass consciousness. Probably the most prevalent issue in mass consciousness. View mass consciousness as this big, thick, brownish, kind of ugly cloud around Earth. Death is perhaps the most prevalent energy in that right now. Why? Fear. Thank you, fear. Fear. Many of the countries in the world having an aging population. You're starting to think more about death than when you have in the past. Fear, end of the world type of scenarios. And what's also happening is a lot of the beings who were buried in the ground. I don't like burial, by the way. Burn it, cremate it, powder it, let it go. I don't have any interest in crematoriums. You bury somebody in the ground, a lot of their energy stays there. It makes it more difficult for them to incarnate, although they do, and then it's really a mix-up. It makes it more difficult for Earth, who you are now inheriting from Gaia, to manage and handle all the energies. It is truly environmental litter. It is truly a pollution, energy pollution, when you have all these buried bodies in the ground. But they're coming up right now, a lot of them. So there's this whole consciousness of death associated with that. Plus just the fear, the wars, the terrorism, everything else going on. People fearing famine, fearing the weather, which probably should. But there's all this going on. So there's going to be a big focus here, I'd say in the next 12, 18 months of time, looking down the tube of mass consciousness, that there's going to be a lot of more than usual interest in death. What does that mean? Well, it means Hollywood gets involved. More movies about death, more movies about the afterlife. I'm helping to write a script on one of them right now. Can't release the name because we haven't decided yet, but we're doing a movie about death, about the other realms, the near-earth realms. Yes. So I know you're thinking to yourself here, dear Linda Visa, he is so amazing. He can come.
Wow, and so psychic.
He can do
Mind
these shows.
reader.
He can wine and dine throughout Europe, and he can help to write a movie. Amazing, isn't
Wow.
it? And you know what, dear Shambra? You can also. What I do, maybe you can do. Stealing the words of Yeshua. All right, what I do, you can do better. So death is going to be a big issue, a lot of focus on it. And of course, a lot of charlatans are going to get more involved than ever. More spooks and spirits hanging around than ever before. And you're going to feel them. There's more death activity taking place right now. A lot of you are feeling it. Your death is coming into your dreams. It is. And it scares the hell out of you sometimes. Because then you start thinking about your own mortality. It's not what the dreams are about. It's not about you. It's not about you dying. You're just feeling into this energy of death. And it will come to you in the dream. And you know what to do when it comes to you in the dream? You'll laugh at it. Death is an interesting topic. Everybody's afraid of it. How many people are going to go to a death workshop? Really? Not many. Yeah, a few of you crazy ones. But nobody likes to really talk about it. Nobody really likes to go into that subject. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. When you get to the other side, it's a beautiful thing. From the human perspective, it's really crappy. There's so much misinformation or lack of information or fire and brimstone information or guilt associated with it. When you can let go, when you, dear Shambra, let go of the fear of death, you are a long way to making life worth living. You really are. When you let go of this fear of death, you'll realize it's a piece of cake. It can be chosen. You can prearrange the celebration on the other side. We have caterers on the other side who help. And you don't have to pay them anything. You just choose what you want. And they'll be there. They'll have a grand party for you. Or they'll leave you alone. Or you can sit down. I will be there. I truly will. For every one of you, I will be there when you get there. And I'm gonna be laughing and laughing. Hopefully you will be too, because it'll be real awkward if you're not. Whew, it's happened a few times. It's not good. But they laugh sooner or later. Sooner or later, they do. So, so dear Shambhara, death is in your face. It's not about you. It's about this consciousness of the planet. It's about this whole question, will this planet continue to evolve, get enlightenment and consciousness because of you and others like you who are helping to do that? Will the higher consciousness of this planet go off to the new earth, abandon this place? It's all bringing up these questions, bringing up the questions of the new ones that are coming in for the first time. They've never experienced death, and some of them have died. First-timers, the crystal children. The energies are so intense here, and no matter how much training they go through, when they land here, when they get here, it's beyond what they could have possibly imagined. The intensity, the pressure, the craziness, the lack of real heart flow, the restrictions, the laws. They can't believe the laws. A few of them had said they wanted to go to law school. They got here. They took one look at lawyer. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be saying that. Some of you are lawyers, but good lawyers. The laws, the old overlays, and they exit. So it's their first death. That's quite an experience for them, as it was for you. Remember your first death? Biological death after your first physical birth? No. Well, you could. You want to try? Take a deep breath. After your first physical birth, which was interesting, felt trapped, kind of. Had a hard time adjusting to all the energies of the planet at way back when. What was your first death like? One word. Starts with an R. Or an L. Yes. Release. Liberation. Release. And truly, it was a relief. Wow, that was intense. But just like the ones who get on the roller coaster and have the crap scared out of them, what do they do? Oh, yes. Let's hop out of an airplane. A perfectly good airplane. With no engine on, and then you jump. Scares them every time, but what do? They get back on most of the time, unless the parachute didn't open. So, dear Shambhara, death, it's going to be an issue. You're going to be feeling it. It's not about your own death. Please understand that. Please understand that. We will do this additional death class, and particularly we're going to focus on preparing your own transition when you want. See, right now you're not sure. I'm not sure when I'm going to leave this planet. You know, it's in the news all the time. The other day, a popular, I wouldn't call him a rock star, but a musician kind of, passed away. Davy Jones. Boom! Just crossed over. So what does it do? Gets everybody, when's it going to happen to me? Am I going to be in the middle of having my breakfast? Crossover. You know what you all hope for? That it happens in the middle of the night and you don't even know it. Right. Yeah, and you don't make a mess of yourself. So, so do Shambhara, let's take a deep breath. We're gonna measure some energy today. I say that you're looking good, you're feeling good, much better, more youthful, and angrier than you were a few years ago. That's good. Yeah. Hardier. You know, I like to see the anger. It's determination. It's getting some energy out. Some of the mystery schools, we just have people go howl at the moon just to get it out, to bark and scream and squeal, just to get it out, to get you out of that hiding. So we're going to test some energies today. Would you please find a partner? Please find a partner and stand up. Partner, that means another person. Generally, that doesn't mean yourself. For those watching in online, please, if you're with others, find a partner. If you're alone, imagine a partner. I'm sure most of you are talking in my classroom when I'm talking. You can laugh, you can't talk. Too small. Could I try yours? Thank you. He's got a big head, doesn't he? So thank you. So, dear Shambra, I'm sure you're all familiar with kinesiology, muscle testing, and it actually works. It actually works. So we're going to do a little today. You have a partner. Decide who's going to be the tester and the testee. In other words, one person will test on the other.
Testes?
Test. I did. It said testy. No talking in my classroom. Thank you. This is serious work. Yeah. So, dear Shambra, would you return this to the young lady?
Yes, I will. She's so cute.
Now, the one who is getting tested, you're going to put both hands out. Both hands out. Put them at about, I'm going to demonstrate first. Bear with me a moment as I get my demonstrator stage together. Thank you. So, you're going to put your arms out in front of you, in front. And the other, after I give the keyword, the other is going to press down, if you would. You've gotten shorter since we started.
Here, let me get on a chair.
Thank you.
We're going to do the side to side or what here?
Yes. Oh, you got those boots on? Okay. And we need a little bit more distance. So.
Are you making fun of my height?
Like that. Palms down. And I'm going to give a keyword, and the one who's being tested is going to breathe it in and feel it. And then the other, your partner, is going to press down on your hands to see the amount of resistance. The amount of resistance, yes. So what is this showing us? Well, as we go through some of the key words, you'll see if you have good, strong energy with that word or weak energy. Please don't hurt the other person in any way. So, all right, get ready. Hands out, please, for the one being tested. And the other one that is doing the testing, get ready. I'm going to say the word, and then you'll breathe it in, give it about 3 seconds, and then do the testing. So the first word is new energy. Breathe it in, and now get tested. Good. Excellent. Good. Better than what I would thought. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Now take a deep breath. We'll do it again. Same person testing and same person being tested. And then we'll switch roles in a minute. Next word is, take a deep breath, your biology, your physical being. Take a deep breath. Feel it. Now test. Good. Now apply some real pressure there. Stop being wimps. Apply pressure. Break their arm if you have to. Good. Now, and I'm getting an overview here, but there wasn't as much energy or stability as with the first word. So, okay, take a deep breath. Shake your arms out a little bit. Get the blood back in them. Okay, now, and remember, palms down. So next word. Same partners, same person being tested and same person testing. Next word is your mental balance. Well, we can just stop this test right now. This isn't worth a mofo. Now, there's people watching online that I really want to be serious about this. I don't know why, but so let's do it again. Take a deep breath. Your mental balance. All right? Breathe it in and get tested. I didn't say surrender. I said get tested. I didn't say just drop your arms. Did I say the wrong thing? Did I say just let go? Okay, let's do one more. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. This one. Deep breath. Adamas. Adama. What? Adamas. Take a deep breath. Adamas. Test it out. Push hard. Come on. Push hard. Okay. Why are some of you afraid to push hard? Good. Okay. And one more. Now take a deep breath and let's really feel into this one. Let's feel into this. No other noise in the room. I need a long stick or something. Okay. Take a deep breath and close your eyes for those being tested. Close your eyes and feel into this one. Important one. Your commitment to yourself. Breathe it in. Your commitment to yourself. Breathe it in. Okay, and get tested. Interesting, interesting. Good. Take a deep breath and give yourself a hand. Good. Now we're going to switch roles. Stay with the same partner. Switch roles. Switch roles. Yes, shake out your hands. I know it's the most exercise you've gotten in 2 months. Get a sip of water if you need. I know it's been strenuous. I know you're all sweating. We should open the back door here. It's getting a little warm with all this physical work. Truly, let's open that back door. Wow, really working up a sweat here. We should be doing a video, exercise video. All right. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to switch roles. Now you know what to do. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! We're going to switch roles here. So,
Hope you're feeling better with your leg.
well, you asked. I did. So, okay, now for those being tested, I'm going to give you a word. You breathe it in, and then the tester. Use some strength, tester. Use some strength. Use some real strength. You're going to exert downward pressure. So the first word is human consciousness. Breathe it in. Human consciousness. Breathe it in, and then get tested. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Human consciousness isn't doing so well. Let's do another interesting one. Deep breath. No talking, only laughing and passing money to the front are allowed. Take a deep breath. Next word. Now really feel into this one. Really feel into this. This is a tough one. It's fun. God. God. Feel in, breathe, God. Wow, either we have some very strong testers or some really not so good energies about God and mass consciousness. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath, please. Silence. Silence. I have to freeze you in a crystal otherwise. Next word. For you, next word is your body, your biology. Breathe it in. Feel your body, your level of connection and trust with your own body. And test. And test. Where are you with your body? Interesting. Good. Good. Next. Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay, next. Get ready. Get ready to be tested on your mental balance. Take a deep breath and test. And test. I didn't say roll over. I said test. Obviously, something went wrong with this. Obviously. Because you're supposed to put up resistance. Let's try it again. Well, mental balance. So let's try it again. Mental balance. Mental balance. Your mental balance. Your groundedness. Your poise and composure with yourself. And test. Test. Okay. I have some scorekeepers, angelic scorekeepers around the room. Woo. They're having a good laugh. And one more, the serious one, the important one. Yes. The important one is, get your hands out, ready? Your commitment to yourself. Your commitment to yourself. Test. Your commitment to yourself. Interesting. You may be seated. Thank you for participating. Yeah. Never a dull moment at the Crimson Circle. And get ready with a microphone.
I'm ready.
And you can pick our volunteers. So,
Volunteers, okay.
what did you learn? What did you learn? Linda's going to pick some volunteers. What did you learn?
Oh, you can do it. Come on.
Oh no, I can't follow these acts. Stop
hiding.
Come on. You're hiding. You're beautiful. You can do it.
What did you learn? Simple. Take a deep breath.
Maybe I'm not in as bad a shape as I thought.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And what was the best you did? What was the? What did you?
I actually felt pretty strong through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And which was the worst word or energy? Which you had the hardest time with?
Adamas.
I don't know which one was the weakest. Mental balance. Okay.
Had to bounce. Good. A couple others, Linda.
Okay, here we go.
Couple others.
Oh boy.
Yeah. What did you learn?
I can set my own priorities.
Yes. Good. Good. What area did you feel the weakest in?
Oh God.
God. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. God.
No question.
Absolutely. And it probably should be. God is not real. God doesn't exist. God is, God is a human concept. Truly is. God, Allah, all the rest of them. Human concepts of control, human concepts of false hope, human concepts of something outside of yourself. I hate God. I do. Yeah. There's the important
Oh,
thing.
does she
Now,
need a mic?
yeah, not yet. Not while I make my point, because otherwise I'll never get to it. No, meaning not about you. No. Otherwise, this is not the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Almost.
Otherwise, I get long-winded. I would never get to the point. Excellent. You are God. But there is God, mass consciousness God. All of you know this. The old white guy with a beard up in heaven doesn't have a clue, has to send his son down here. Look what happened to his son. So God's not so smart. Your God. It's not. I mean, it's really a failed mission. Only two are laughing.
It's Lent. It's not so funny.
No, it's funny. God is funny. God is, assuming God is a man-made concept, and it actually is. All 100% man-made. Man-made. It's an old concept, and it's kind of worked for a long time. I think it's coming to its end of its cycle, completion. But when you were taught as a young child, God's out there somewhere watching everything that you do. Now that's a mofo. Having somebody spy. Do you think if God loved you, He's going to spy and look at the things you look at the things you did? Oh my God. Make it even worse. The archetypical energy of God was created by nuns who have a lot of issues and priests who don't have normal sex. So that's where God came from. And then some people write these books and say they're sacred. Now, I could write a book and say it's sacred. Well, actually, I have. Does anybody care? No. A few. People are killing each other in your world right now because of some stupid book. They should all be cremated. I didn't say burned, I said cremated. All of them. And start over. Start over. The concept
the books
of
or the people?
you choose. The concept of God, Edith. The concept of, yes, I'm talking with you, my dear. The concept of God is old, and it's stale, and it's crusty, and it's physical. And when you tested God, it doesn't do very well. It really doesn't at all, because it does not apply anymore. There's a new concept. Whether you call it spirit, the eternal one, let's call it anything but God, because that's so tired and so old. There is the all that is, all that was. There is intelligence. I don't know if I'd use that word because you associate that with the mind. But whatever it is, there is the source. There truly is. And you came from it. You were gifted from the source with you, with your identity. And given the gift of going out and playing without any rules, without abandon, without any punishment ever. Now that was awkward. But funny. Even I can't predict these things. And we're going to, this all, it does actually tie into the discussion today. When you understand that boot God out. And really, the world is stuck right now in God, in whatever these religions that are holding it in. Do I like religions? No. Do I like what you call spirituality or the beingness? Yes, I don't know what word you put on it, but the embodied self on earth, the embodied self. Yes, absolutely. But these religions, they're killing each other. The wars are religious. It's coming to the point, too, and Cauldre is trying to get back in, but I'm throwing him out. Even the financial systems, the money flow of this planet are getting infiltrated by religious forces. These are probably otherwise really well-intentioned people who have gotten very hypnotized, very righteous, very subservient to something that really doesn't exist other than other humans manipulating this whole energy of God. I'm here because I want the real God to stand up and be here. Yes. I should stop right now. I should just leave right now. Thank you. That was the most beautiful gift that I've received.
Could you mention for those
in
listening
hundreds
in?
of years.
For those listening in, a lot of people couldn't see that.
No, those listening in, everybody stood up as those listening in did also. So thank you. That is the best gift I've received in hundreds of years. So, dear Shambra, I am not meandering today. I'm getting to my point in my own strange style, of course. Yes. I do love your jewelry today, Andra.
Thank you.
Could we get a shot of it? Would you mind standing up?
You know how much I love my
Say,
family.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, good. Rings, my gosh. And you are dressed so debonair. Would you stand up here?
You got the memo.
You are, look at him. Look at, so debonair. Who's your tailor? GQ. I love working with this group. I'm so glad I didn't take that other group. Yeah. Talk about the tube. Woo. Because we can joke around, and I know a few of you are going, I thought this was spiritual. Absolutely. You know why? A little distraction. We can laugh. We can share. What you're doing is just letting the energies move for you. Not all caught up in your daily life. You're just here, you're online, you're listening in. We just laugh. Ascension is a natural thing.
This is a spiritual colonic.
A spiritual colonic. Yes. Yeah. However, we're not going to have any demonstrations today. We've done some strange things in the mystery schools, but no, while we're sitting here laughing, joking, doing the testing, all the rest of that, what's really happening, you're taking a deep breath. You're expanding, mofo-wise. You're expanding, just letting it happen. We get together once a month to do some cleansing, rejuvenating, expanding, because it is tough out there. It's very, very difficult out there. So we get together like this for a few laughs. Validation. Let's take a deep breath. A good deep breath together. Now, speaking of distractions, that's my big point today. Well, my second big point. The thing I wanted to talk to you about was your distractions. And it's the biggest thing right now getting in the way. Here you are on this amazing spiritual journey. I mean, it's amazing. If you could see it like I see it. It truly is. You get caught up in the details, but it's fascinating how it works. Fascinating how you're bringing in new levels of you into this reality. But you get distracted. And I'm amazed. Actually, that's the one part that really amazes me. You're so close. You have chosen this as the lifetime of integration. It's all you wanted. It's all you cared about. It was the reason you came here. It's the reason why you're here. To let it happen. Actually, really didn't have to do anything to make it happen. You knew that before you got here. You said, I'm just going to come down here and let it happen. Let it happen. But then you got distracted. Not you. But all of you get distracted by things. You forget that was the passion. That's the reason you're here, Joe, for the integration. You get caught up in human things. And yes, I do understand. I mean, I understand it's easy to happen to all of you. But you get... Was that you, Larry? You get caught up in the distractions. What are they? Well, they're your job. You worry about your health, and then when you worry about your health, you're going to have health problems. You get all caught up in things. You get caught up in family stuff, work stuff. You get caught up in world stuff. You worry about the world. Why? Like, is your worrying going to fix it? Or just add to the problem? Worry about what you should be doing. That's such a simple fill in the blank. So simple. When you say, what should I be doing? Just enjoying it. It's all. It's all. You don't have to do anything big in terms of like start a business and become multi-billionaire. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You get distracted by your car breaking down. So what? Walk. I did. I didn't have a car. I had horses. Get a horse. You get distracted by money worries. Abundance. Number one Shambra issue. Abundance. And then you tell yourself you can't do anything because you don't have the money. Well, boy, are you a prophet or what? And it's just going to continue that way. You're not going to have money and you're not going to do anything. Wow, pretty amazing. You get distracted by, I'm going to call it philosophy. All this. Oh, Caldra, I really need to lock them in that room. You get distracted by gurus. You get distracted by classes and, the latest things that you're into. And if it's not white gold, it's some sort of crystal. There's actually a new crystal from Africa developed or discovered on the western coast, and it can heal cancer in your body. And I happen to have some for sale afterwards. Please, there's only one thing that's going to heal you. No, me. You. Hi, dear. Oh, you look so concerned. There's only one thing that's going to heal you, and that's you. That's you. But you don't believe it. You don't believe it. Sorry. But it's... I'm speaking generically. I'm speaking editorially. I'm speaking for the ones who are not as wise. My dear, there's a lot who are stuck. So...
Does she need the mic?
No. Where was I, Edith?
I forgot.
Oh, crystals. I have crystals for sale. So the distractions, you get distracted by the next thing, by the next wave, by the next guru, by the next book, by the next channeler. I'm leaving. I really am. Enjoy, of course. Why do you ask when? It's soon enough. Yeah. That's why they called me. Well, no, I'm not psychic. I'm just looking in the tube. When is he going to leave? Well, in 45 minutes exactly. But then I'm coming back for a while. That's why they call me Count St. Germain, counting to when I'd leave. I thought that was funny. Thank you. Could you, technical group, could you do a laugh track for me in the future?
No, you have to be funny on your own.
Oh, now she speaks up. She doesn't. She does. One moment. I'll digress just for a moment.
Never do that again.
Let's distill this right here. We had a lot of laughter, good flow today, and we're not done. Let's distill it. What does that mean? You feel into the essence of it. The laughter in this room, the joy in your heart, a little bit of relief from the everyday, a little melding with your body and mind. Let's distill it right now. What does that mean? It means take it out of being a mental concept. Feel into the essence of it. Breathe it in. It's yours. It's yours and your soul's. It's not the words that have been said. It's not what time it is. It's that distilling this wisdom. Wisdom is filled with joy, simplicity, release to be who you really are. You distill it down to the essence. I'm going to paint a picture for you. So we're sitting here, and hopefully everybody online here, having a grand time, enjoying food, company, some words. What's happening with your soul right now? Just feel into that for a moment. No words. Isn't this the invitation to the soul? Isn't this the integration? Soul and the human they're the same, but they've been separated for a long time on purpose. It was a brilliant plan. It was a brilliant plan, but the plan to get back together wasn't quite so well worked out. That was funny. Yeah. Yes. You can use that one anytime. Well, no, and it didn't have to be, because when the soul made itself, remade itself, and gave part of itself to the human experience, it didn't worry about how it was going to get back together. It worried how it was going to get it down here. That's what took a lot of effort. But it knew it would get back together. And that's what's happening right now. That's this whole lifetime getting back together without thinking your way through it, laughing your way through, without getting on your hands and knees. I mean, really, switch places for a moment. Just let go of the human aspect. Soul, come in. Soul, does this look good? Does this look good? Have that little human part of yourself on its hands and knees? A metaphor for struggling? No, that's not what the soul wants. The soul wants, bring it on. Come on in. I, the human, have learned to kind of get around on this planet. I've learned how to eat and sleep and, well, you fill in the rest of the blanks, but I kind of got it. I'll never perfect it, and I don't want to, dear soul. I don't want to perfect it. I just want to be comfortable with it. So come on down. It's safe now. You can come on in. We're going to have an amazing time together. We're going to have a brilliant time together. That's what's happening right now. What's the soul afraid of? Well, that's a course you have to pay for. You know, I'll only go so far. Kind of a spiritual whore, you know? You gotta pay for the really good stuff. But I'll tell you the secret. The soul is actually more reluctant than the human. Human, you have been wanting this connection, praying for it, in a warped way, praying to some other gods. Never put any god before yourself, because you are that god. So the human's been down here. Finally, you've been down here. Finally saying, "Hey, it's time. Been time." This has been going on for a couple thousand years, a lot of lifetimes. Hello, it's time. A little reluctance on your part. But hear me out. The real reluctance was the soul. Real reluctance was the soul. It has been, sometimes I don't like human words so much, but the soul has been in the sleep, really not you. The soul has been in an inner look, an inner journey for a long time. You're the external expression of the soul. You're the part that the soul said come to earth or go out in the angelic realms. The soul went inside, into itself. It required both the internal and the external for the true understanding of the I am. It required that soul going into this deep sleep and saying in a way, and this is not literal, but in a way the soul saying, and someday I shall awake when my experiences are ready for me. But the soul in this deep sleep has a reluctance to coming in, not sure if you're ready, not sure if this is the place to do it. It needs the human expression of itself to say, it is safe here. I do invite you here. I want you here. I am ready, dear soul. Not next lifetime, but now. Your responsibility, your true responsibility is to let go of how you've defined soul, religion, God. Let go of how you've defined your own identity, because it's going to change. The moment you breathe in your true soul, it's going to change. So let's say you're inviting the soul in, and it's getting over its reluctance. What a great book title, The Reluctant Soul. Yeah. It's waking up. It's groggy. You know how you are in the morning when you wake up? Oh, God, let's not talk about that. But the soul is waking up. It's groggy in a way. It's out of focus in a way. When you start inviting it in, it helps bring that focus. It helps wake the soul up. But when you have the expectation, the old energy expectation that when you're enlightened, you're suddenly going to be psychic. Doesn't happen, or you're suddenly going to be rich, or I don't like these stories like of Yeshua walking on water and changing water to wine, the miracles, because it has such an expectation around it, and people strive for that. And that, my dear friends, is the distraction. I do get to my point. The distraction I was just talking about. You're actually inviting that soul in, but then you get distracted. And the soul, in a strange manner of speaking, could be sitting right next to you. But if you're distracted, even if you've called up the soul, invited it in, said, I'm ready, I don't care what, I'm ready. But if you're terribly distracted, that soul could be sitting next to you and you're not going to see it. What's soul going to do? Yes, it was more fun sleeping. They don't even recognize me. No, in spiritual physics, what happened is a part of the soul starts coming in. And when a connection is not made, it, in a way, backs off. And until the space is created again, and until you become aware. So what do? Keep your eyes open, metaphorically. You get out of the tube, because the tube also represents your expectations of what the soul and what God and what religion are supposed to be like, and they're not at all. Soul is simplicity. So simple that you might not recognize it sitting next to you. Soul is wisdom. So wise that the mind doesn't even understand that kind of wisdom. The mind understands more facts, figures, judgments. Wisdom, not really. The soul is your potentials, but if you're in the tube, how could you really see your potentials? You're just seeing your probabilities. And the probability, as I pointed out in our recent session, the probability for most humans doesn't look so good. They're going to die 70, maybe 80 years old. They're going to get sick. They're going to go a little bit crazy in the mind. They're going to be broke most of the time. That's the probability for most humans. It really is sad. Really kind of sad when you look at it and how they live in those probabilities, and they don't have to, and you don't have to. Soul is that simplicity. It is not a grand golden angel. It's not, because you were already at that stage. You were already the fluffy angel, whisking around, having angel meetings, angel lattes. You've already done that. So you're beyond that. So you don't need the golden angel to come in, or any angels. The soul is so simple, yet so deep. I'm really digressing today, but this is okay. The soul, sometimes words are so limiting, but your essence, you, really wants to know what it's like to be loved firsthand. It understands it from a distance, coming from you, coming from your experiences and your wisdom of the ages. But it doesn't know what it's like to have it firsthand. In other words, right here. So you could say there's even a bit of reluctance about that. The soul has pondered love, contemplated love, feels the love that you've had, that you've experienced, but doesn't know it in a practical sense. That's a lot. That's a lot on the soul. To come here and have that. Call it a bit overwhelming for the soul. It's up to you, dear humans, to guide your soul into the experience of love. But how can you do it if you don't love yourself? Feel for a moment. It's good exercise. Feel for a moment. You're paying bills. You're paying bills. And I want you to feel the difference between human and soul. You're paying bills. You're looking at your bank account. You get a little anxiety. You wonder how you're going to make it, but somehow you usually always do. But you're looking at your statements and looking how much you can pay this month and hoping that you keep a little bit of flow coming in so you can pay it off. That's the human. The soul doesn't think or feel that way at all. Doesn't really care. Doesn't really care. What's the soul getting? What's the wisdom of the soul? I almost don't want to put it in words, but I will. The soul isn't worried about paying the bills. The soul is feeling this thing called energy flow. What it's like to limit energy. The soul is feeling what it's like to be in such a physical density. The wisdom that's coming to the soul from the experience in this everyday thing that you do of paying bills, the wisdom that the soul has is coming to a deeper understanding that it is the energy maker. That's what the soul is doing. So you see the human worried soul going, this is marvelous, this is grand. You're driving down the road, driving down the highway, watching the other traffic, driving your car, watching your gas gauge, your mileage, worrying once in a while about the police because you drive too fast.
So what?
That's the human. And sometimes it's good. You're listening to the music and you're having a little quiet. Oh, I know many of you talking on your mobile phones, but try not doing that so much. So that's the human experience. What's the soul experiencing? What's the wisdom in the soul? Traveling in density, traveling. Just imagine for a moment how the soul experiences it. It's like maneuvering and managing and experiencing and seeing colors and movements. That's what
the soul wants me to go faster.
No, the soul doesn't want you to go faster. That's a good point. The soul wants you to be, the soul wants more awareness of the experience. Awareness of the experience. You go through death, which every one of you will do sooner or later. You go through death. The human worries about, oh my God, what happens? Loss of identity. The human worries about pain, going through pain. The human worries about, actually, this is a really weird one. One of the biggest worries, unfinished business. I should have done this. You know how often they get to the other side and they say, but I didn't clean my closet and the refrigerator. What about the food in the refrigerator? Yeah. I'm like, really? Yeah. It will rot, it will smell. It happens when things die. So the human goes through all this worry. You know what the soul is feeling is the evolution, the cycles, the expansion, the fact that it is eternal and the death is nothing. The death is a blink of the eye, and it's nothing. The death is actually the birth, and the birth is the death. So there's this interesting, very different dynamic between the soul and the human. Very different, very different. So, my advice, bottom line this, and get on with our program. Bottom line with that, don't think like a human, feel like your soul. Yeah. Good book title. And do that yourself. I mean, feel as your soul, because you are. You actually are. Feel as your soul. What was distilled from the experience? I don't care if it's good or bad. I don't care if you had a fight with somebody or you got in a car accident. Soul doesn't care. Car accident, no big deal. Wow, what an experience in forces coming together. What an experience in even having fear, and what an experience in just this amazing thing. That's nothing. Cars can be fixed. They really can be. Yeah. So, the experience. Well, let's do this one together. And lack of abundance. So many of you face, so many of you struggle with. I don't know why. Because there's a lot of energy out there. Because you're brilliant, you're talented. You just got this wall up. So you got this abundance thing, many of you. Not all. Sorry, Edith, I'm generalizing today. Many of you have this abundance thing going on. And you worry about it. You worry, am I going to starve to death? Am I going to lose my house? Am I going to have to go rob a bank or those stores? 7-Eleven, thank you, Caldera. 7-Eleven, or any, I am not recommending that, says Linda. Please put in the disclaimer. Don't do those things. So, abundance, big issue. Soul doesn't care. Not one bit. It is abundance in a strange way. It's an abundance of lack of abundance. The soul looks at it, what is it like to limit myself? To pretend I don't have when in fact I do have. What is it like to go through that game? And the soul then drinks in the wisdom of that. And I know you don't think it's funny, but the soul is just absolutely basking in that experience. The soul's also asking, wondering, if you want abundance, why don't you create it? And the human mind says, I don't know how to. It's so tough down here. And the soul says, but you just do. And the soul is confounded because you think it doesn't. You think it does not think. And the soul says, well, no, you just make it so. And then it happens. So let's take a deep breath as we round the corner, coming to the brilliant conclusion of what would have been an otherwise dreary day. My number one point to you today, and now I get serious. I wish we had a little serious music, but now we get serious. You're getting distracted. I will do my best to try to keep you from going way off course. You get distracted by the mundane things, and sometimes I think you get distracted on purpose. I really do. Sometimes I think you make these distractions just you don't have to face the bigger issues. The bigger issue of loving yourself. You create every distraction. You know, when you really don't want to do something, you do everything else. Kind of, that's where some of you are going. I'll bring you back from distractions, hopefully. But to go forward with this good ship Shambra, to go forward on this delightful,
Stop laughing at him.
interesting mofo path together, it's going to require that you make a commitment. It's going to require you make a commitment to yourself. A requirement. Because it's not going to work. Think, yeah. It's, you know, when you get relaxed, you yawn. Yeah, right. Calder's saying when you get bored, they yawn, Saint Germain. It's about making a commitment to yourself. If you're here today, if you are listening in online, or if you're listening to this later, if you're watching, if you're scratching your head wondering what's going on here, in order to go forward, you need to make a commitment to yourself. Otherwise, it's going to be very rough. Otherwise, you're going to sleep bad. Oh, you already are. You're going to have terrible dreams. Oh, that too. You're going to take yourself too damn serious. Now, when I say make a commitment to yourself, I'm not saying to become neurotic with yourself or self-absorbed or self-indulgent. Those are things of the human identity becoming obsessed with self. I'm talking about a commitment to yourself, a commitment to you. And you includes your soul. You include your squeaky floor here. You includes your soul, a commitment to you. What do I mean by that? Well, you got the soul, you got yourself. You got yourself coming in from its spiritual cocoon. You got you coming back. It's like the greatest guest ever. You've got all that coming in, but there is a lack of commitment to yourself. Remember when we were doing that testing? Your arm should have risen up. You should have been able to raise the other person right off the floor by your enthusiasm, your commitment to yourself. Yeah, that would have been something. Your commitment to yourself. What do I mean by commitment to yourself? It means taking time for you rather than for everything else. That's a distraction when you get caught up with everybody else's stuff. Healing and mending all the rest of the world. You feel guilty about doing it, but in order to go forward with this group, with me, you're going to have to make that commitment to yourself. Commitment to yourself is taking that time, is loving yourself, is giving yourself the things you need. And how many of you, I'm not even going to look, I'm going to keep my eyes closed, how many of you will not give yourself the gift? Gift of what? The gift of abundance, the gift of love from you, the gift of love from others, the gift of healthy biology, the gift of what you want to create. It's giving yourself, allowing yourself that gift, committing to you. And the resistance is right here. I can feel it in the room. Resistance, because, well, I'm really not supposed to do that. I could only give myself a little bit. Isn't that kind of warped? Like, isn't that weird kind of loving yourself, you're saying? Or don't I have a responsibility to all this other stuff? Or every distraction you can think of for not committing to yourself. But to go from here forward, you're going to need to. Otherwise, mark my words, you will drop out of this group, of this family, with some weird excuse. You didn't like something I said. You never have. But see, you haven't used that as an excuse. And that's the difference. Or some strange excuse, but it's going to require a deep, deep, deep commitment to yourself. And in this next month, I want you to really feel into what that commitment is. What do I mean? Committing to yourself. What are the challenges? Well, I tell you right off the bat, it ties into religion and the concept of God and all this stuff that's been implanted in you, hypnotized into you, that you're not supposed to take care of yourself. That was one of the most perverse tricks of all, I think. And I know I do tend to irritate some people on purpose, but that was perverse. Telling human consciousness, telling humans, scaring the crap out of them that you can't love yourself, making it sound weird, selfish, and it's been perpetuated. It's been perpetuated. Your parents who might have told you that, or your teachers, were just repeating what they heard, what they heard, what they heard. When you make a commitment to yourself, it's not selfish. It's important. It's loving. It's caring. It's the thing that's going to get you to your greatest passion, being here for integration. How can the soul sitting right here integrate, be with you in your life? It's not here to rescue you. Get over that concept. Soul does not rescue. Soul loves experience. It doesn't rescue. There is no rescue other than the commitment to yourself. Soul is not going to fix your problems. But a funny thing happens. In the integration, suddenly realize there are no problems. What you want fixed or changed is fixed or changed. you also realize, keep your hands off of other people. That was really funny, actually. What I mean by that, you connect, you tie your life, your journey into everybody else's. And haven't you did learn, I know many of you learned, the old thing, witchcraft, black magic, you were into that, so many of you. You learned how energy works, and then you got your hands on other people. Right in cue. You don't realize how difficult that is to do. So, you have to know people, angels, to get that done. So, dear Chamber, commitment to yourself. Now, I'd like to have a short experience. We have but a few minutes left in our gathering here today. Titled, by the way, Commitment to Yourself. So don't call Calder in the morning asking what he wants to title it. He's never really there in the morning afterwards. I can't imagine you ask him what the title is going to be. So this shout is commitment to yourself. Now, this is something that we'll be working on all month together. All month, you and I. Commitment to yourself. So you're going to have experiences with what it's like to commit to you. By the way, you are your soul. When I look into your eyes, you are your soul. But I see layers. I see the human layer. And I see the soul layer. And if I could just get them to see each other, and if I could get them to stop pretending one lives off in outer space and the other's down here really in, what was the word you used? Mofo land? And they're packaged together. It's a 2-for-1. It's a Cracker Jack. There's a prize in there. It's not off somewhere else. So, soul's right here. Let's do something as we begin our month of commitment to yourself. Ready? Take a deep breath. Okay, an experience. Now, I'm going to ask Mr. Kadarka, doctor, professor, the esteemed Mr. Kadarka, to play the music in a moment. The music that was played before going into this session, into the shout, right before, after Andra did the breathing. I'm going to ask you to feel from it. First from human perspective, then soul. The first part of this, there's basically two singing portions. The first part of the portion, first portion of the singing, imagine your soul sitting right next to you, already within you, singing to you. Listen to the words. Then, there's a little musical interlude. Then when the singing starts again, you're singing to the soul, to the reluctant soul, but to the beautiful soul. And this whole time while the music is playing and you're experiencing this, feel into the commitment to yourself, commitment to your soul, commitment to your humanness, commitment to your humanness. Humanness is a beautiful thing. It's gotten some scrapes and dents. It's been kicked around a few times, thrown to the gutter. The soul loves it. Wow, what an experience. Now, could you imagine now going through all that and the soul's had all this experience, but finally the human saying, hey, soul, no more. So I'm glad you had a kick out of it, but crap. I didn't. Soul, we're going to do it different. And soul, we're going to do it together. Your wisdom, my good looks. Your good looks. Your simplicity, my cleverness. Your potentials, my charm. So I've learned a lot while I've been down here. Learned a lot on this planet. Let's put it together, you and me, right now. So with that, take a deep breath. Turn off the lights. Dear Hunter, good to see you again. It's been a long time since the mystery schools. What happened to you? Did you run away in the mystery schools? You got thrown out? Sorry. It wasn't me. Better luck this time. Turn down the lights and really feel into the music. First, the soul singing to you, and then the second part, you singing to the soul. the silence, in the dark for a moment. Breathe in yourself. Breathe in you. A commitment to yourself. No compromise. Commitment to this beautiful being that you are. Commitment to your health. Commitment to your wealth. Commitment to your balance and expansion. Commitment to your awareness. Commitment to joy in life. Commitment to your soul. Take a deep breath. And we can have the lights back on now. Dear Shambhala, 5 of you, 50 of you, 10,000 standing here. Well, we might have to get a bigger place, but here, enlightened beings, integrated beings, beings who have totally accepted themselves, committed to themselves, and allowed the integration, the melding, the love of their soul right here on this planet. I'm not going to be here for 20 or 30 or 50 years, so don't think we're going to stretch this out. A couple more maybe, but I need to know. Kathumi needs to know, Crimson Council, a lot of others. Are you committed to yourself from this point on? More than anything, you need to know. Take a deep breath and remember that all is well in all of creation. It's been a delight being here with you. Until our next gathering, I'll be with you every challenging and wonderful step of the way. Mahalo, dear Shambhala, mahalo. Thank you.